reporting, and welcome back, everybody, to session 3 of To Be Decided, because the party has not given me a full name yet, and I really hope it's not Iron Chicken. Oh god, you guys are gonna make me spell Latin words. I thought that was the name of the bar, and I was all for it. Okay, the party has not yet decided a name, so this will be To Be Decided until that point. We have our wonderful warlock, Cecile. We have You're fine. We have our excellent we have our excellent ranger, Shogumgum. Uh, and joining us from now on instead of Sail Snap, aka Flames Birdman, is Ortho Germitris Bunfun. This voice is gonna take a minute, man. But you two will not be meeting Ortho for a little bit longer here. As yeah, he's not coming to pick you up. Sorry. I he has something. He has work. His father is working him to the bone, designing your one prosthetic chicken leg at a time. Any, anyways, you you two will awaken as you were in as you left, except for Shogum Gum, who did message me what they would do. As but next you awaken alone in your room at Debauchery Castle. I still, uh, oh god. Part of me regrets letting you all go there, but the rest of me knows that I would never have been able to stop you. But you wake up. Your room was given a complimentary breakfast. It's just simple: flapjacks, bit of bacon, some syrup. Shogum Gum, you snuck out and did what you did. Are you coming back to pick up next, or are you just wandering the city? You'd go where? All right. Well, when you arrive, you are told Nex is awake, but has not yet left the room. It's up to Nex whether they want to come and leave the room yet. Great. In the lobby, you find Shogum Gum, and there are two letters. One is from Sail Snap, aka Flames Burnman, which will be how I refer to him forevermore in this point, saying he will be in contact but is doing some separate work for you all. The other, I hope to God not. The other is from your beloved artificer, the party's beloved artificer, whose name currently escapes me because I'm not looking at everything properly, because this is a scuffed setup for a DM, as all DM setups should be, entirely scuffed and garbage. Eris Loamhaven. He is currently off dealing with checking on something, as the Debauchery Castle had provided him with a therapy session, and he needs to go have something checked on. He does not elaborate. He does not elaborate further, and there is a note on there saying, "I'm not going anywhere near that guard's family." Don't worry, someday you all will meet the child. You have made the BBEG. You already took one parent. What are you gonna do? Make him full orphan? But besides that, there is a separate small note from Colette for you all, telling you where to go to see the setup for your tavern. You can head there right away if you'd like. as as Cecil says bye bye to the to the staff at the front. That is adorable. Works out perfectly. Cecil says bye bye to the wonderful staff, and they all wave her fair off along with Show Gum Gum. Yep. It's set. You're stuck with it. The niece has caused this. It's amazing. Trust me, you all will hear random noises eventually when my nephew comes back over, and they will be canon to the world. But and you're on your way. You can explore the city a little bit on the way there, as it seems like it's back in the lower ring along the main thoroughfare. You guys got some premium, got a premium spot. Well, as you're approaching, I will start about three businesses or houses down. Starting three houses down, three spaces down, plots down is how I'll put it. Plots down. God damn, I haven't played enough freaking Animal Crossing for this. Starting three plots down, you have what looks to be just a Fletcher. Moving in closer, you have a house in between that and the next business, which isn't there. It just seems to be a warehouse right beside your business. That's on the same side of the street. Across the street, you do have a small school. It seems for the children to go to. Children of all ages are already walking there, as you can see them. The next spot down is another house, and the next spot after that seems to be an extension on the building that's across from yours, which is a blacksmith. And that's what you see on your approach to the building, which currently, hanging on to the hanging up your guys' iron chicken sign. Ortho, would you like to describe yourself? He, yeah, you see he is wearing, on the back of the breastplate you guys see what looks to be a dwarven torso. You can tell because the depiction is overly bearded compared to what normal people would do. This was designed by Ortho's grandfather, and it is just doing it is just posing muscularly. Think of the most muscular pose where they're pulling their arms in. It's that the just do it pose. Yeah. On the ground. Oh, I told him he would be interesting because of his choices, but they are his choices to make. However, on the ground, on ground level, as Ortho is hanging basically off of a plank of wood, hanging up this sign, there is a bunch of dwarfs kind of scattered about doing some finishing touches on the wall outside. The outside wall is cobbled bottom with plaster and wood crossing, some light windows out the front, and a large double door that you assume came is made out of is pretty solid, as the one with a beard that is intermixed black and red hair coming down looks over at you, goes, "Ah, the party, the new proprietors. I hope you like how we fixed it up. Colette was pretty vague on what you wanted. It just said that you haunted a tavern, didn't give us any other real direction. First we'll have to get, well, direction for this. Well, kind of, but not really. The staff will help pick things out and make it how it will be. So let's settle down here on the steps. And Ortho, do you have the paperwork? Can you bring it down here, please? Ortho will probably be joining you all in proprieting this place, as he needs to be able to go out and explore more. And seeing that he's still younger than me and I'm still his father, I think he should. I told you, you're making progress on the elevator too fast. We can't let them know that that's coming out so fast. It it'll be fine. We're not implementing it anywhere important. Just the latrine. We're not implementing anywhere important yet. Only thing that's getting loaded on it, and then it's getting sent up as cargo. No one's riding it yet. If someone loses a finger doing that, then I think it's their own fault. Anyways, he'll hold out his hand. Jotun will hold out his hands for the paperwork from Ortho, and he lays it out in front of you. All right, for a tavern, you need to have a barkeep, a cook, and then at least 2 servers. These ones are provided for free, but if you want to hire additional staff, you have to dip into your Vumoth points. Or you have to scout them yourself and pay the gold that they want out of your own pockets for their salary. First, let's start off with the barkeep, since that's about the most important position here. First up we have Mitch, a bugbear who hails from a forest about halfway through the mountains. There's a valley, and he comes from there. He is an expert at brewing his own hooch, as he said, and would love to work in a place that is serving booze. Next, we have Olga. Olga here is a half-orc, on the older side, and held up her own tavern for years until it was destroyed by a giant. She's looking to start anew here in Vumoth and would like to stick with the same trade, even if she's not owning the tavern. And then you have Chuck. Chuck has been trying to get hired anywhere for a while. He has no applicable skills for anything, just about. I will say he is slightly muscular, so you might be able to get him as a bouncer or bar or watchman for the front of the bar, which is good to have, but otherwise not quite useful here. And Chuck, before I forget, he is a tiefling. He he's gonna smile. You think a dwarf wouldn't get their alcohol samples? He pulls out 2 separate wineskins and then slowly pulls out a cup that is bubbling still and sets that on the staircase. Don't drink that. That's Chuck's, and I don't know how it's still bubbling. And it's not a calm bubble either. It's a semi-violent bubble. It smells like nauseous gas. Yeah, Ortho, could you take that to your lab after this? I really don't want anyone getting a hold of that. Chuck needs to be kept away from breweries. But these 2 are actually drinkable, and thus far I've found them both palatable. From Mitch, you have caustic acid, and after you pour it out, you notice the bottom of the cup was being eaten away. Yeah, yeah. First from Mitch, you have Mushshine. He takes mushrooms and turns them into moonshine. I have no idea. He says it's the Squatch way. Good to know. He sets that one down, and reaches back into his pocket, which seems almost endless. My pants are enchanted. Don't ask. And he pulls out a few cups, and He pours it. It's if you taste it, it's decently alcoholic. It's not super special in any way. It burns like regular alcohol. That's the must shine, as Mitch called it. From Olga, you have and he after the glasses are emptied, he make dumps them out and sets them back up. You have her barrel aged whiskey from apples, and he pours it out. And again, decent alcohol, not not overly fruity, but you can taste a hint of apple with it. Both are pretty good for a start in tavern, as well as apparently he looks over at a set of barrels with a note from Sale Snap. You guys got some premium alcohol from um, Debauchery Castle. I have no idea how the fuck you manage that. But it that said, whoever you choose will be picking up the bar counter along with most of the tables. Tavern should. Jotun just looks at you both, waiting for an answer calmly. Ortho, you can cast a vote here too if the party will let you. That is up to them. Okay, which one are you trying first? And how disconcerting are you being? I know. I know your character's abilities. Don't pull bullshit. I know. I know you're a brewer in secret. Uh, okay, so first you taste the must shine. This one, because you actually brew alcohol, does have a bit more of a burn and is a bit stronger than what you would normally expect at a tavern. This feels like something you would get special to order. And from this is something an alcoholic would order heavily. From the other one though, it's strong but not overpowering like the must shine. And that light hint of apple at the end makes it not leave a terrible taste in your mouth and helps abate the alcoholic taste. All right, is that who you're going with then? All right, Olga will be here then tomorrow to help us pick out furniture and get it moved in. She is a bit older, but she's good to trust. She will also be handling most of the economics for whatever the tavern pulls in and ensuring that your people get paid to make it a little easier on you all instead of having to balance a book while you're off gallivanting through whatever you do. Next up, for your cook. Again, three options. No, Chuck is not one of them this time, thank the gods. You can tell Chuck has come up a lot. She's good at digging a hole. We found out that much. But besides that, you have Tyler, a human. He came in off a ship and he says he was a cook for a village that burned down, but he seems a little iffy with the food. We don't have anything for you guys to taste from them, sadly, and no, they can't come here and cook for you yet. The kitchen's being finished. Second, you have this one's my favorite. This is a halfling called Sunny. She was a cook at a different establishment in Vumoth, but wanted to move closer to family since her family she was in the middle district and they live down here in the lower. So she's looking for a job down here in the lower district. And finally, there is a grung named Frank. Frank makes good food. I've personally had it. And he doesn't follow his culture's normal practices when it comes to food. Although more than not, he will be requesting insects to cook with. I have no idea. I don't think so, since they are a living thing. The great Google, the spell Google. Anyways, so Tyler definitely can cook vegetarian dishes. Uh, he turns his head over to another dwarf. Hey, Frederick. Uh, you said you tasted Tyler's food. How was it? Uh, bit like a teenager in a kitchen. Well, there you go. Sunny is a professional cook and known to get pretty good results, but she does have a bit of a startling appearance when you first see her. Don't let it put you off. And then there's Frank. Oh no, no, no. There she will be able, she already has a housing, but she needs a job down here as well. And if it comes down to it and you need and you guys end up open 24/7, then we can apply into getting a place for your workers to stay at the tavern. Um all right, so you guys are all in agreement on Sunny then? All right. He takes that aside, and then two servers from this, and he pulls out a stack of like 8. Um, let's go over these first. Let me make sure these are all up to date. And he takes out half of the stack. These 4 need to. Tyler, not Tyler. Frederick, take these. Those ones need to be updated. These 4, you have Skinny. She's a hairless tabaxi. Very friendly disposition and has worked in the service industry for a while. She came ahead of her family and is trying to just get herself set up. You have Chubbs. He's a rather. The best way to put it is you saw Silas at the entry gate, right? Well, Chubbs is a kiwi bird. He looks like a kiwi bird. He's about the same height as Silas, but looks like a kiwi bird. Energetic and friendly, but can be a little crazy. Uh, um, I'm and if you're fine with working someone who's still trying to go to school, we have a few people like that as well. Um, uh, this is Mary, she's only about 16 and trying to work and earn her family money who live out in the farmlands. She would be working here until gates close at 8, and then she would be heading off. And then it is, but she's a 16-year-old working at a tavern where you're not supposed to be, where she shouldn't be. So she'd be working more during the daytime hours after school. So it'd be to help her out more than help the business out. Plus, she may end up sticking with the business as she gets older. And then we have a kobold here. Only gave his name as Irons. He's short of temper, but able to handle a rowdy crowd enough and get plates through it, as well as cups. He is of age and can hold his liquor. He drank Frederick over there under the table the other day. A bit of both. But you get to pick two of these, and it can be any combination of them. Uh, I don't have recommendations for these ones. I really have. Well, I will state this. Vumoth, they can work as long as it's okay with the proprietors, and it'll be on to Olga if anything were to happen with her getting into alcohol. But Mary's not known for causing much trouble. That's why she was given permission for this. Uh, Skinny, a hairless tabaxi, and Chubbs, a kiwi owlin, basically. What? I didn't need to know this fact, but it's cursed knowledge I now own. He's been in the service industry before and pretty good at keeping his balance on things, but he is high energy and a little crazy. You will be able to hire more on as you need later on. Frank. He thinks for a moment, looking at the papers. You have skinny. You're taking chubs. Oh, you're talking about the one cook. Yeah, no, he only applied for cook jobs. So I mean, there are some. He does run a food stall on the events that he can, so he's not hurting currently. It's fine. You Kiwi, the bird. All right. This is a warning from that I was told by Irons to give to whoever hired him. If you don't have a basement currently, you will in about a month. Iron said he'll dig it himself. I have no idea how fast that man can dig. I told him the same thing, and he told me that if I didn't like it, I'd have to come and stop him by force. But with that said, you guys can also choose to hire a guard at this moment, or you can wait to do that. That is entirely up to you. If you do, you have this option here from this small short list. You guys see Chuck's name on the list again, along with a. There is a Chuck, there is a Calner, and there is. Let me go check. I have these guys set up over. Chuck is a Tiefling, yes. Calner is a Goliath, and then you have. And then you have. There he is, Aldathas, a Satyr. Alright, I'll make sure Chuck shows up then for guard duty, not to go and tend to the bar. Yeah, he will make sure that if someone needs thrown out, to throw it out. He is pretty strong. Uh, depending on when you'd want him to be here. You can hire technically a second one later, but for right now, this gives you the bare minimum of staff. Um, uh, I will leave you guys here with Ortho then, and he can give you the tour. It sounds like they're just about done, at least tiling the kitchen, which Sunny will come and set up for herself, and it'll be set up as she would like. Ortho, you'll be sticking with them for now. Also, upstairs there's a bedroom for each of you, including Ortho if he decides to stay here. Otherwise, you can utilize that extra room as you can't rent it out currently, but you can use it as storage space. The locks are enchanted only to be able to be opened by the people who reside here or those that they deem allow allow it. Yep. As Jotun walks away with a parade of other dwarves, all with the same sigil as Ortho. You guys are left in front of your building with the Iron Chicken sign currently hanging. Although there is a small bit that is leaning up against the what you have a small port is a small porch that says closed. You're free to explore it right now. His name you hear Jotun shout, "He looks young, but he's pretty damn old by human standards." As you all enter, Ortho, you've seen this before. The woodwork that some of the dwarves have done, as well as the metalwork for the lighting, because you have two hanging chandeliers that, as you enter, flicker to life magically. The windows are carved wood, nice glass. The floors are very nice wood, although in some spots they do seem a little loose, as though there were spots in the timbers that they couldn't properly drive the nails into. Um, the walls are look sturdy enough to handle a barroom blitz, and there is a simple wood counter installed. It doesn't have a top on it yet, but it has the front of it, as well with racks for alcohol behind it. All empty, of course, currently. And there are two doors. One that looks like it swings outwards, and one that looks like it swings inwards back into the kitchen, set up on either side of the bar counter. And to your right, there is a staircase that goes up, which you can see has a small balcony, and behind it, a few doors for room that with the rooms. The rooms are all about the same. Um, uh, they're all roughly the same size. There's nothing in them yet, but you assume that that'll be sorted out as soon as staff gets in and you can talk to Jotun again, or they will be back and deliver the fittings for the room later. But you each have a large window with curtains drawn, and there and the, as you step in, instead of candlelight, a crystals on plinths in the walls light up just bright enough so that it's not harming your eyes, but you can see around the room. Dim light. And if anybody wants to argue with it currently, they have to try to now. Ortho claims the room at the top of the stairs. Alright. Where is the goblin picking? There are three rooms left, kind of. Roughly. You assume one might be a closet, though. It is a full-size room, and you check the door beside you. It is a broom closet. There is a broom closet on the floor. But with that, the last room, you guys hang up a plank for Arist to know that that's his room or something. And the rest of the day can be utilized to either go pick up fittings for your room, which there is which or Ortho would know are paid for. They just need to be delivered or gotten. Or you can go out and see if there's anything you can do around town. All right. You, as you all leave, a child complains about shutting lights off. You see they're out on brief recess, and one of the kids is playing with a prestidigitation wand, not causing anything harmful, but sparkles and sparks. Ortho, you would lead them actually to your to the clan's workshops up in the middle district. And because you are part of the clan, you get a free pass and they are considered your guests. Any crimes they cause are on your head up here. And the Jotun, the Flame Shoulder workshops is a big building banded on the side with iron shafts and stone walls. Walking in, it smells of freshly shaved wood, hot metal, rock, and booze. Taking a big whiff of Ortho tells you what rock smells like. It smells like Ortho. When people walk into this workshop and realize they can smell rocks, they look at Ortho. Ortho, you know that the furniture would be in the woodworking section, probably still in pieces, but you guys can go go and see if they can rush along to the delivery portion. Or, or you can give them yeah, or you can show them around the warehouse for right now, the workshops. Feel free to make this shit up. I had not planned entirely for this workshop. I know where it is. I know that it has those four main sections in it, along with a small section for alchemy and tinkering because of you, and because of Grandpappy Jotun. No, no, that's not the booze chamber. You're gonna have Show Gum Gum be drinking random potions that are incomplete. I thought Show Gum Gum was gonna volunteer to be a test subject. There's a You know what? I'm taking this part. There's a bush in the corner of the room that actually looks like it has eyes and is glaring at Ortho. The bush seems to shake. Given what you hear the bush speak. One good berry. You've never seen a bush eat. It just jams it into its roots with a small tendril. Jim at one point was a dwarf. He was the first one to drink the wild magic in a bottle. Let me get my wild magic table up then. Oh my god. There is instant death on this. I will warn. Okay. First, let me locate the thing again. It's not even the beginning anymore. But alright, so I need you to roll me. If you drink it, I need you to roll me a d20 first. This is okay. This does nothing. You're gonna need to roll a d100 now, actually, because now this is on a separate fucking table. God damn you! This is the most severe you can get. Okay. The marble seems to impart something into this. As you chug it down, the marble does not dissolve. Luckily, the good berry does, though. I'm assuming you stop it with your lips. Now, Shogum has hair, correct? No longer. It is all sprigs of mistletoe. And every time you try and pluck one, it grows back thicker. The berries that are grown off this are actually are similar to good berry in the fact that they can sustain a creature for a whole day. However, they do not restore any HP. Plucking one does deal a single damage to you. Roll me a d20 to see if you can realize how long this will last for. This is an Arcana check, and anyone can roll it. The DC for this was 17. You two met it and beat it. Um, Shogum Gum, you know it's gonna last a while from that. You two, this is almost permanent. You know it'll wear off in about 6 months. The best you can think of is because Shogum Gum added something in is trying another drink without anything added in. With a 17, you're unsure. You can put it at about 50-50. Wild mages. You have distilled wild magic now at your disposal. Also, Shogumgum, you feel a small change inside of you for a moment. You don't know. Also, I'm a Ortho. With that check, Shogumgum the energy that pours off of Shogumgum constantly looks like they're a level 20 wizard. At the same time, a level 20 cleric. It's a weird mix. Mm-hmm. Shogugum, you realize that is now an 8-pack. That was the change. Your strength score can be increased by a single point. Your strength score goes up by a single point. It is muscle for show at this current point. Shogungum, you look at your hair, you look like you belong in the forest, actually. You look like a mistletoe bush. The vines feel soft when you grab them without the intention to pull them out. You see berries at the end of each of the vines. Jim in the corner goes, "See, that's how it started with me, then I kept drinking. I thought the effects would go back." You can now accurately distill wild magic. It is still entirely random. I will send you the table that you can use when people drink it. If you distill it more and more, you could eventually turn it into a positive surprise. Here was the original table that he was going that Shogumgum was going to roll on. I want you all to note that instant death is on this until he threw in that item. And although there is a caveat to this, if it's drank too often, it will become permanent. The effects can become permanent. I've been like this for a year. I can't drink. That's eating. And Jotun said it was my fault, so I'm stuck like this. Although I am constantly drunk now. They water me with whiskey. And the ones on the top, I don't really have feeling, and I just say out of fuck with ortho. If a bush could smile. Alright, you two can still explore the workshop. You are here as Ortho's guests and treated very kindly. In the blacksmithing area, yes. In the brewing area, technically. The spots that there aren't are the woodworking area and the rock carving area. That's an ortho question. Yeah. Ortho takes a spare vial with him and puts it out there and puts it into his pocket to remember to remind himself. Uh, over the day, if you guys are, yep, with that, with you guys, I'm just gonna say that you guys can explore and say what you will do, but it's gonna take about, with Ortho's help, until about mid-afternoon for the furniture to be finished, where it would have taken until about night. You do see a small corner that seems very, very unused. That seems to have weaver supplies in it, so thread and cloth. They move and are fairly soft, so it's pretty easy. The only time they seem to stiffen up like actual branches is when you pull on them a little bit and suddenly they stiffen up like you're about to pull them out. Okay. Is that all you two are gonna do for right now? They will gladly accept help from everybody because you can see that there are some spots that the dwarves are having issues reaching. You're a good foot taller than everyone here. Yes, with your help, they will actually finish earlier. They finish by early afternoon. And it's not hard work since mostly what you're doing is holding pieces in place while they put the screws in and make sure pegs fit in holes. With that, if you guys are helping with delivery, it goes very smoothly. You guys are able to get the bedrooms completely furnished, and there is now a nice dark grain on the top of the countertop. And it's being nailed in, and the loose boards are being fixed as well. And just so I remember, you guys picked Olga, Sunny, Chubbs, and Irons, correct? With Chuck as a guard. There we go. Yes, I just sent that as a reminder to myself right in the chat. I am Scuff incarnate. But you guys now have your rooms, and yes, each of your bed, you guys can go pick up blanket. You guys have blankets that are just all the same currently. You can pick up accoutrements in downtime, but with that, it's now evening. It's now early afternoon actually, so you guys can go and see as more dwarves are bringing more furniture in. Some of it going straight into the kitchen and being placed. But go right ahead. Apologize. You can bring back a small set very easily for each of them, but yeah, but anything larger than that, you do know you'll have to get some special permission and have a probably building built. But your windows do look out into a backyard that is basically unused, so you may be able to get something set out there. You can head to the Druidic District for that, yeah. Alright, you head over to the Druidic District, which you do get to meet on your way there, heading for the tavern, Olga. You, yes, by her description and the fact that you meet her just outside the bar, basically. Right outside the tavern. Yes. Yes, you are one of my employers. The pleasure is mine, miss. Oh, good. I will meet. Alright, I will meet them and I will get the bar set up as I would like it. I shouldn't. If I do, I can throw a dwarf. Wait, that little bastard is here? Bitch, get down here. You still owe me gold. You see Olga rush into the building now. You owe me 5 gold from last time. I bought round. Get out here. Do you open it first? Oh, all right. You land. Roll me a dex save. God damn. You land on your face. You take. I'm gonna roll this on your sheet because I don't give a shit. Wow, 1 point of damage. No, you hear him open the window and land terribly. And Olga shout, "Fucking little bastard! I'll get it back from you." But I'll get it one way or another. With that, Olga will go back downstairs. Oh, that shouldn't have been that funny. God damn it. Yes. After you hear the kerfuffle, and you just go, "Yeah, no, that's not my problem." If Shogun ever decides to. Not, Ortho owes me 5 gold. Olga never forgets. I bought rounds of drinks last time. Cause his father said he was good for it. Mm. Olga goes downstairs after talking with the goblin, and over in the Druidic district, you do find a myriad of shops here, as well as some of the houses look like they are just built out of living trees and plants. There's also a fountain in the middle of the district, even here in the lower district. You do see one that is specifically marketed as a shop, and it seems to have some plants in living wood pot holders and whatnot, pots, different flowers, basically everything you've seen in your travels. There's at least a little version of it here, including some bonsai. The inkwell roses? Yes, there is. All right. Do you want them to be in the planter or free range? All right, they do deal with that.